Scaling your images for a presentation is really straightforward, and it only takes 3 steps. Crop to the correct aspect ratio, scale the image, and export it out to an appropriate file type for your presentation tool. Now, pretty much every presentation program on the market has moved to a predominantly widescreen presentation layout that matches HD displays in a 16:9 aspect ratio. So that's the best setting to crop full screen images to. Now grab your crop tool and go up to the drop-down menu here in your options bar and set your ratio to 16:9. Then select your crop and press enter or return. I'll jump to the move tool to get away from the crop tool and then go up to the image menu and select image size. Now for most presentations, if you build your slides at 720p, you're going to be golden. So you'll want to make sure that the width and height options are linked together and that your units are set to pixels. Then, since the height value for a 720p image is 720 pixels, that makes it easy to remember what to enter. Just type that in for your height, and your width should automatically adjust for you to exactly 1280 pixels. Now, if you're on a Mac and you'll be presenting with Keynote, then you may want to use a height setting of 1080 pixels, which will cause Photoshop to automatically calculate the width to the proper 1920. Now, I'm going to go for a 720p image, so I'll reset my height back to 720. Now, there really is nothing else that you need to worry about on this screen. Even though PowerPoint, for instance, when it creates all new slides, it's creating those at a physical dimension of, say, 13.333 inches by 7.5 inches at 96 ppi. Now, to see what PowerPoint is actually doing here, click OK. And then let's go back up to the image menu and select image size again. And this time uncheck the box for resample image and change your resolution to 96 pixels per inch. When you do, you can see that Photoshop recalculates that image to be exactly 13.333 inches by 7.5 inches. Or if you would like to see this in centimeters, just click the drop down and change it to centimeters and you can see all those same resolution options. But really, it doesn't matter at all because all of this is only relevant if you're dealing with a print image. And we're not. We're dealing with an image that's going to be presented on screen, which we're looking for our pixel dimensions to be that 1280 by 720. So skip all of this. We'll check the box for resample image, change these back to pixels, and then click OK. Okay, now let's export our file. So go up to the File menu and go down to Export, and you should see Quick Export as JPEG as the top option here if you followed along with me in the last movie of Chapter 1. Now, just to quickly review what setting changes we made, let's go down here and select Export Preferences, and it'll jump us directly to our Exports panel of our Preferences tab. Now, we set our export file format to be JPEG with a quality of 100%. Our quick export location will ask us where we want to save the file to. We've told it to not save any metadata and to make sure it converts the image to sRGB. Now, all of these are exactly the settings that we want. And you may be curious about the quality setting of 100 here. Now, keep in mind, we do want to be conscious about our file sizes, but with presentations, we're more concerned about the look of our images. So we'll dive into tweaking compression settings for the web in a later chapter. For now, click OK, and then let's go back up to the File menu, go back down to Export, and choose the Quick Export as JPEG option. It'll ask us where we want to save the file to. I'll go ahead and save mine out to my desktop, and simply click the Save button. Now, if you minimize Photoshop, there's your saved file on your desktop, and it's ready to be added into your slide deck. Now, it may seem a bit odd at first to address this last step in your image preparation process so early in this chapter, but if you do just this one process, you'll greatly improve your presentations. Stay tuned for the rest of the chapter, and we'll take your presentations to the next level.